suppose a good piece up cover there to fit and have a bottle line. As we path comes right way down there. We're out for a 50-mile cycle the day we were e-bikes. It's -3 degrees, but the sun's out now, so we're starting to warm up, but we've got loads of layers on. That's the key thing. Take your number bikes. This is Kenny's setup. These are my new e-bikes. Kenny's, well, the both of the bikes are a Cube Kathmandu Tour 1 bikes. Cube Kathmandu Tour 1 bikes, they're called. 750 watt battery, 850 watt, 750 watt battery, 800 watt battery, so they're virtually the same. Taking in his setup. Things might change, but that's what the way we've got them there.
That's basically it.
Basically it. The range on a full battery, if you're an eco, 90 mile. Of course it'll vary as you go along, be using Tour, Auto or Turbo. There's my setup. There will be a couple of more pouches added.
Eco, Tour, Auto and Turbo.
Yep. There we go. Very nice bikes. So we've got to cycle towards the White Lagoon bothy of the day. A glorious day. Nice and frosty. Got 4 or 5 layers on. Extra clothing if we need it. There's the moon up there. Right there. There. We're heading along an old railway at the moment. I'm going to be passed by some lovely scenery. We're just having a break at Clatterenshaw's Dam. We're going to head 10 mile into the White Lagoon bothy and then head right the way back around by the Raiders Road back onto the paddle line. Absolutely fantastic day for cycling. It was a bit cold this morning, but when you've got the layers and all that on, it's okay. And the main thing is, no matter if you're running, cycling, hiking, the most important thing is you've got to look good when you're out. Remember that. And they sitting in the house watching Coronation Street Crossroads. Get a salute! Get out there! It's a fish ladder. Quite low now. I think they were doing work on the dam. Here's our beautiful bikes in all their glory. Cube Kathmandu Hybrid 1 tour bikes. Cube Kathmandu Hybrid 1 tour bikes, and of course they've got the crossbar. You can get the step through version that hasn't got the tap crossbar on them. For yous all folk. We're heading away out into them hills. It's great stopping off for a wee snack. We're going to have some sandwiches up at the White Lag in Bothy.
I look forward to that.
Aye. But having e-bikes is just takes things to a new level. You know, the distance and all that, you go and you've got the cycle assist, and you've got the you can turn it off and cycle it as normal. Okay, they're a wee bit heavier bikes, but the cycling's quite easy when you're reasonably fit. Or you can put it on eco, which is great. And then you've got tour with these, which is the next step up. And then you've got auto, which fluctuates between them depending on what steep of the hill. And then you've got turbo. So all of them, it's absolutely fantastic. The bikes are a wee bit expensive. They were about £3,200 each, but they're well worth it. It's the best things we've bought this year. And when you've got them kitted out, because we're going to be doing a lot of bike packing next year, and we'll tell you about that when we're at the White Lag in Bothy. But we're back on the West Highland Way next year.
Right.
We're doing it at the back end of May, at the beginning of, back end April, beginning of May. We've got we're just camping 2 nights and the rest of accommodation's booked and all that, because it's a holiday for us, you know. But we'll be bringing you along with us and filming it and going live.
The thing is now, the good thing about these is, I've noticed, is it doesn't matter what your fitness level is, you can still all go on at the same pace because of the gear system.
That's right.
It's brilliant.
I even seen some Alfolk out, and they had they were rallyings, but they were very similar to ours, but they had the step through instead of the crossbar across the top there. And they were about 70, they must have been about 70, 72 year old, and they were just out for a day's cycle. Fantastic.
Just keep cruising.
Aye, but they're great. I mean, we're going to be going bike packing with these, and of course we'll stop off so we can charge up at night. We'll have a spare battery. But I mean, for getting out at night, we going up the wood, cycling up the wood to bits and that, and have a wee fire through the winter and all that, then it's great for carrying your kit. Brilliant.
Noticed there's something in the scope here.
What's that, Kenny? Oh, that's your that clocks your mileage and all that sort of
Oh, is that what it is?
Aye.
Oh,
Sorry, that doesn't clock your mileage. That's your speed thing. You can how you're capped at 15.5 miles an hour. Well, that wee thing in the back there, if you took that off, there wouldn't be a cap. You know.
You're better keeping it on there.
Aye, you're right. I'm keeping me. It's fast enough.
Aye.
Aye. The bikes are capped at 15 mile an hour, 15.5 mile an hour when you took over. But that is fast enough for what we want. Aye. Unless you're hearing it down the hill, I had the bike at 30 mile an hour, but that's freewheeling.
Or Jimmy Jeans at 36.5 mile an hour.
Aye, Jimmy Jeans has had the record now. Just arrived up at the White Lag in Bothy. Chariot there. We've got a sandwich, which we're looking for. Area. This is the main room. Nice fire there. We'll come back some logs. Maybe some fishermen, and we see them doing off deer staying during the night. Nice to get a come back up here again sometime. Alright. Oh, 19th had for a long time. More of a journey from Cold Durham. This was in somebody here yesterday. Lovely bothy. Views all around Jake, Jefferson, PS. Left some wood. So we here last night, so they left wood, so there's nobody staying here now. So they've left some wood. PS left some wood, sab and some fluids, and I see there's some mere in there. Ah, very good. This is the 20th of date.
Can you see it's folk usually 2 week and a half?
Aye. Absolutely fantastic cycle. Just about 25 mile here, 24.5 mile, so we've got the same gun back, so we're packing down about 50 mile a day and thoroughly enjoying it. Again, the bike's a geek test. As I say, next year we're doing the West Highland Way near the back end of April into the first beginning of May, and then we're going to be bike packing the cycle route 78, which is from Campbelltown to Inverness, 230 odd mile. We've done that before, but we're going to do it with e-bikes, so we'll look for accommodation to charge up at night, but we will have a spare battery. And we're also going to bike pack at a different time the Great Glen Way, so that's going to be good. And we're going to go over to Arran and be cycling Arran and that, so we've got a lot planned for next year, along with loads of cars, which is good.
Until the end of this year's training.
Nice flask of bottle. It's getting warmer outside now, but this morning it was really cold. That's when you need your layers on. We've got 4 or 5 layers on, so we have the right gear.
Definitely. It's worked well.
Kenny made the sandwiches. They're not too bad. Fill the machine. Morning everybody, it's the next day after our cycle and we're just going on one of our favourite hikes, which is local to us, which is from Rockcliffe over to Sandy Hills and back. 10 mile, 5 mile there, 5 mile back, but it's right along the coast, which is beautiful. It's minus 8 degrees today. Yesterday was Carl on your fingers, but we had gloves in the proper gear. You've got to have the proper gear on. We've got loads of layers on the day. So we have. Just kind of keep fit coming up. So neat. We're just coming up to a viewpoint up here. It's early in the morning. You look around the coast and a wee part of our route. We're in the training for the West Highland Way. So we've been doing a lot of hiking. We've been doing 13 milers. We've still got about 5.5 months before we're gone. Late April, beginning of May this time. You can see the windmills away across the water there. Across there you've got the hills of the or Keswick and all that, Helvellyn, Skiddaw and all them's across there. Crossing the Lake District. It's nice here in the Curlews, but beautiful. I wouldn't like to find that water today. big heron flying across the sea there. That's Rough Island there, Rough Island. And that over there is Heston Island. And over at the far side there's Balcarry Bay over Beachin Cairn. And right over there is the top secret beach. Beautiful. Water's actually nice and calm today, there's hardly any wind. Once that sun gets up it'll warm up a bit. But she's cool. She is cool. Lovely beach she's doing here. When the tide comes in they're underwater, but
I'm going to get a picture of us here.
great. Right. There's the wee town, a rock cliff just behind us there. And then further around the coast is Kipford. It's a beautiful wee place. You can see Screel Hill away in the distance there. Marvellous. Beautiful country, great to come out and have a... We've got sandwiches with us today, some bovril, some crisps and plenty of juice. That's got to be a brilliant shot. That'll, what I'll do is I'll just hit some music on up to that point and I'll just end with the geese. What's that other meat like? You notice any difference? It's not smoked. No, no. Well, we're training for the West Highland Way, is going very well. And I'm on a week's holiday, so's Kenny. On Tuesday we did a 13-mile hike. On Wednesday we did a 50-mile cycle. Today, which is Thursday, we're doing a 10-mile hike up and down hills along the coast. Absolutely beautiful, stunning day. And tomorrow we're going to do a 13-mile hike again. Keeping the fitness up, West Highland Way training. Yep. All training for the West Highland Way. Yes. Now we're going to do the West Highland Way at the back end of April and just running into the beginning of May next year. We've got all, we're mainly using accommodation and we're going to camp out twice. So we've got the accommodation we wanted, which is great because the West Highland Way is a holiday for us. And we're going to do it over 8 days. It's going to be great, so it is. Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Aye. Especially getting the accommodation each day and that sort of thing, like, you know, I mean. Aye. Yep. Well worth it, so it is. We'll use the baggage service again because it's got to be enjoyable and we'll have a bottle of wine each night. We're going to be going live and we will be making a cracking YouTube film for these, so just to keep you updated. Plus, you'll know with this video here, we've got with e-bikes, absolute game changer, really good. We're going to be doing a lot of bike packing trips next year with the e-bikes. So it doesn't mean that we'll have to get accommodation for the with the bikes, a pod or something, so we can charge up the batteries at night, but we will have a spare battery. You can get 90 miles out of the battery, so you can, so, you know, do the math, 2 batteries, got to be great. We're going to do Sustrans Route 78 again. We did it before with normal bikes, but we're going to do it with the e-bikes. That's cycling Campbelltown to Inverness, which is about 230 mile. Beautiful route. Then we're going to also cycle the Great Glen Way, which is 80 mile in one direction, and then we'll cycle 80 mile back to Fort Augustus and then up the opposite side of Loch Ness. So that's got to be great. And even island hopping, got to be doing a bit of that. Across to Arran. And across to the Isle of Arran, we'll just park our car at our Drawson. There's a secure car park there. Then we'll just put the bikes in the boat, go across, cycle around Arran, stay in Arran for the night, and then back the next day in the boat. So we've got a lot planned for next year. But we'll be keeping the fitness up, definitely.
Aye, consistency. That's it.
We've got about 5.5 months before we go on, or 5 months before we go on in the West Highland Way, and that full 5 months has got to be done in training, dropping a bit of weight. So we are kind of, I'll have those 2 staying by then, I'll tell you. Especially with the mileages and the distance we're doing.
Only one way to do it.
Aye. It's great fun. Good fun, so it is.
Then I listen to them adverts on the telly and that, with sick of folk telling us to move more and eat less, sort of thing, and that, and they're trying to pop pills for to lose the weight. No, move more, eat less.
Aye.
It's the only way.
And stop sitting in the house watching Coronation Street and Crossroads. Get a salute. That's the only way to do it.
That's it.
Yeah. There's no magic wand and there's no pill.
There's no pills.
Aye. This is the pill. The great outdoors.
Aye.
Magic. Especially on a day like this.
Oh, it's cracking.
Tomorrow's to be really nice and really good.
Well, we'll be back out in the paddy line tomorrow, going round the opposite way this time.
Yep. We're lucky in Dumfries and Galloway. We've got some lovely places, lovely areas, nice cycle routes, and they've got to make it into a national park, so they are actually. They're in debate the new, but it's got to happen.
And the e-bikes, Derek says you can get as much exercise as you want out them, and that's true. It is. I mean, yesterday in the 50 miler and that, you know, I had it on the lowest gears in eco and that, and well, basically you can get as much as you want, sort of thing. And well, I was blasting my legs going up the hills and that, but if you wanted to flick it up a notch and get more assist, the peace of mind's there that you can do that. And towards the end of yesterday I was getting a bit tired, and I flicked it up into the tour mode and that, into the higher gears. I still got a bit of workout, but it was easier, but I was glad I had it. So no, having that peace of mind actually encouraged me to push it out more going up the hills, and more than what I would if it wasn't an e-bike, you know. So I actually got more exercise.
Plus it just lets you go on further, and you can spend all day out, and it's just great.
And people that are on different fitness levels can go on at the same pace, because somebody at a lower fitness level will just flick it up a notch and you can go on at the same rate. So it's great to get off folk out for different fitness levels.
Really good. Highly recommend them. And then Cube, our bikes, as I've said, is the Cube Kathmandu Hybrid 1 bikes, and we've got the tour version, which has got the crossbar across it. And we've got the extra large frame. A large frame would have done us, but we like the extra large frame, which is great.
It certainly is.
Great fun. And we will be putting a lot more YouTube videos up, as I said, but
I've started putting a few short ones up already just in the last few days, so got to keep my channel going. Derek's will be more content. Mine's are just more short and just as inspiring, but shorter.
Aye, mine's will be the blockbusters.
I just edit mine on my phone.
Aye. No, really good. We're at Douglas Hall now. We're looking straight across at the Lake District. You can see Helvellyn and Skiddaw, so we're kind of across that area. It's nice. There'll be people up in the hills a day.
That's a definite.
We prefer Scotland.
Oh, England. I would like to go to the Peak District sometime. The crags and that looks nice for the camping scene, and you guys on YouTube, they look good, so they do like it. And the Lake District.
Oh, it's stunning over there, like absolutely.
The only thing with the Lake District is parking. That's your problem.
Aye.
And for what I've saw on YouTube videos, it's quite extortionate and all what they're charging. So
that is the problem. Aye. I mean, there's some lovely bits over there, and nearly at the end of every walk you've got a hotel or a wee ice cream bit or a pub weekend. It's really good. Whereas up here it's more remote. So it is. So as you can, it's the pros and cons. See if we can put them up the new. Well, good morning. It's another lovely day. Yesterday we did our 10 miler, and today we're doing a 13 miler around one of our favourite haunts. We've still to have our roll in Bovril, so we have. This is part of our West Highland Way training. We've got 5.5 months till we're going on the West Highland Way. You can see it's a bit sleety today.
If it ain't raining, we ain't training.
That's right. They would like to give a special shout out to a top Densum Ranger and Kenny Keep Fit fans, to Stephen Cochtree's mum and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Cochtree. Hello. Wish you were here. And
Don't you follow us in the West Highland Way.
And don't you worry, we've heard it for you. A top class, top secret Densum Ranger fan that you're wanting some more films, Mr. and Mrs. Cochtree. Well, I'm telling you, there's got to be a lot more. Isn't that right, Kenny?
That's right.
Loving this up. We're just passing a beautiful loch. The road was treacherous, it was icy, kind of forest roads, the rain falls on it, and it was absolutely treacherous, so we had to kind of stick to the side of off the side of the trail on the grass, because other than that you'd be doing the splits.
I fell a mass yesterday.
Aye, that was funny. We never got that on camera. So yes, this is great, loving it. Let's have it! We've got nice gear on the day. Here, Kenny had that one at Seema gear. We're wrapped up like burst pipes. All the gear and no idea. We've got layers on, we've got down jackets on. Had to put the waterproofs on because it's a bit higgledy-piggledy. We've got a nice hat on. I'm looking like a Switzerland hiker today. I've got my Switzerland socks on.
It looks like Swiss cheese.
You've got to look good when you're on the trail. Never mind feeling good and getting exercise and losing weight. You've got to look good, or you're in the rear with the gear.
Swiss cheese.
Magic. Right, that's enough of that. We'll have our sandwich. We'll bring you back later on and we'll have our sandwich. But I've been on holiday this week and we've fully made best use of the everyday training. And this has got to continue like this for 5.5 months till we hit the trail. But we've got to be doing camping in between and getting the bikes out when we can. There's no way you'd get the bikes out today. Absolutely treacherous, the roads. You can see the now with the snow. The snow's not so bad, it was the ice. But no, it's good.
It's like a skating rink.
Aye. I've heard ice skates would be alright. But no, by the time we get on the West Highland Way, we'll have dropped a couple of stone. We'll be looking good. And that's what it's all about. Catch you later.